Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to the match preview and general Chelsea news roundup for Chelsea versus Brentford tomorrow. The Blues need to get back to winning ways in the Premier League, need to start climbing the table, currently in 11th. We need to close the gap on those European places as well, and we desperately need a win. Brentford away is going to be tough. Yep, they're 16th in the table. I think they're on a shocking run, but you know, we need to put something. We need to do something. We need to get a win any way possible, because otherwise we really can forget qualifying for Europe through the league. It's already a tough task right now, but yeah, if we don't win tomorrow, it's going to be even tougher. And yeah, it could be a real problem for Mauricio Pochettino as well. But there's loads to get into. A bit of transfer news as well. A bit more news on Victor Osimhen. Apparently, Victor Gyokeres is not going to happen, according to Fabrizio Romano. Chelsea are also tracking Ghent fullback Archie Brown with a possible move, potential for a summer move. Chelsea are also setting up a specialist set-piece department and are looking to recruit set-piece coaches. We're going to dive into that. Still, nothing's changed in terms of Pochettino's future. The priority for the club is still to assess him in the summer, but there is still pressure on him right now. And yeah, we've got all the latest team news as well. And Nkunku's obviously got a hamstring problem. We've got Thiago Silva and Cucurella off the injury list now, so they could be available tomorrow. Let's wait and see. But yeah, loads to get into, guys. Loads and loads to get into. As always, make sure you're smashing that like button. Subscribe if you're new around here. All that good stuff. Friday afternoon. I know probably a lot of people have got better things to do on a Friday afternoon, but I appreciate all of you that are in here right now. Let's say hello to a few people and see what's happening. If we lose on Saturday, pressure will be on Pochettino and we create so many chances and can't finish them. Which is why, to a degree as well, I feel that it's a little bit unfair on the manager when we do create so many chances and can't stick them away. That's not his fault, but like tactically, etc. That obviously is. Well, our owners in the stand, were they? I don't think so. No. Going to my first away game this season when we play Brentford tomorrow. Oh, nice. I will also be there. So yeah, if you see me, mate, come say hello. I want to see Mudryk starting this game. I absolutely agree on that front. For sure. Yes, big up. No, I appreciate it. Yeah, that's why I was a little bit late, guys. We're just finishing off the old F1. Inevitable situation, but actually a little bit closer in terms of the other positions. Look, I still don't think that will happen because ultimately it doesn't really achieve anything right now at this point in the season. It kind of comes pointless. Yes, Jamie, I hope you're doing well. How don't we have set-piece coaches already? Oh, we haven't had one since Anthony Barry left to join Thomas Tuchel at Bayern Munich. So yeah, there's obviously something that's being addressed now. Happy Cucurella is back. He was doing well. He was doing well. Again, it's unclear whether he's going to be involved in the squad tomorrow or not, but him and Thiago Silva have got a chance, reportedly. Chelsea, let's win tomorrow. Agreed. Max will probably win tomorrow, like 20 seconds ahead of everyone. Yeah, I'd like to think not, but I imagine that probably will be the case. I think everyone's hoping that. I think absolutely everyone is hoping that will be the case. Is it likely? I would say no, but we can always hope. We can always hope, people. There is always hope. So we just have to wait and see on that front. But let's dive into the news then, people. Let's get started then with, before we start on strikers, let's start on this news that came from Jacob Steinberg a little earlier this afternoon. Chelsea are tracking Ghent's Archie Brown with a view to a potential summer move for the English defender. He is valued at about £15 million. I'll be honest, I've never heard of this guy before. Playing in the Belgian league. Let me just have a little read through this article. Obviously, we know that Chelsea are looking for a left back. Archie Brown, first I've heard of him. Got no idea he existed before this afternoon. But apparently, according to Jacob Steinberg in the Guardian, Chelsea and West Ham are tracking Ghent's Archie Brown with a view to a potential summer move for the English defender. He's 21. He left Derby County 3 years ago to join Swiss side Lausanne and then joined Belgian side Ghent last summer. He started as a left winger, but switched to a left back at Lausanne. Apparently, Brown is quick and athletic and has shown his versatility by playing at left wing back this season and has a chance of being included in the England under-21 squad for the first time this month. Chelsea and West Ham were expected to be on the hunt for a left back in the summer. They have been monitoring Brown, who is valued at about 15 million, but could face competition from Juventus, Milan, Lyon, and Nice. Chelsea are likely to want cover for Ben Chilwell, their first choice left back. They hope to sell Gyokeres, who has struggled since his £62 million move from Brighton in 2022, and Ian Martson, who is on loan at, Borussia Dortmund. Lewis Hall is also expected to make his season's loan to Newcastle a permanent transfer. So we know that Chelsea are obviously going to be on the market for a left back this summer. Yeah, this guy, I don't really know. We're obviously looking for someone, we're looking for a Malo Gusto type for the left-hand side, basically. It's clear that, Chelsea want to move on Marc Correa. It's clear that Ian Martson doesn't have a future at the club. And I'll be honest, I don't know an awful lot about the left-back market. It's not something that I've looked that much into. I know that I've seen some reports saying that Chelsea were tracking a Brest fullback in France, but I can't remember the geezer's name. And then we got this coming out today, Archie Brown. Now, look, I'll be honest, I've got no idea how good this guy is. I've got no idea what his attributes are or anything like that. But look, it's the sort of potential smart signing that could be a good move for us. It would provide competition for Ben Chilwell. It wouldn't be particularly expensive. Again, fits the age bracket that Chelsea are looking to shop in. And there's obviously potential resale value, and then there's a lot of room to improve as a player as well. So it kind of ticks those boxes there. He has played European football in a Conference League this season. He's got a couple of assists in the Belgian Pro League. I was looking earlier, he's made 31 appearances across all competitions this season, and he's grabbed 2 assists. Again, wouldn't command huge wages either, which of course pretty much suits Chelsea down to a T. It's gonna be interesting. It is gonna be an interesting one. So we'll have to wait and see. We will have to wait and see what happens on that front. But yeah, I don't know. It is gonna be an interesting one. Absolutely gonna be an interesting one. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens. But I don't know. I think it could be. I think there's potential for it to be a good move. Again, it's about, you don't have to spend vast amounts of money on every single player that is signed. I presume that there's been some underlying data that there's been, obviously people have gone to scout this guy, I would imagine. But again, it doesn't mean that a summer move would materialize. I'm sure there are plenty of other left backs on the list, and it will be very interesting to see what does happen on that front. But yeah, I think, look, we need to be smart. Obviously, Malo Gusto wasn't expensive at £26.4 million. Obviously, there's a bit more known about him, was playing in a more established league in France with Lyon. I'm not saying that Archie Brown is going to go in the same direction, but it's got the potential to maybe be a half decent move. I mean, I could be wrong on that. I've got absolutely no idea. I'd never heard of the guy before. I don't really know how good he is, but there must be something about him if the likes of Chelsea, West Ham, maybe Juventus, AC Milan, Lyon, Nice, etc. are looking at the player. There must be something about him. But what are you guys saying in the chat? Well, that sounds about right. I mean, I don't know where you know any Ghent fans from. I don't think I've ever met a Ghent fan. Not that I would have done. to be expected for someone at 21 years of age, still learning the position. That kind of would be expected. I get that Osimhen should have big wages, but for 113 million, when you wasted 115 million, to be honest, I'll get into the Osimhen stuff. I don't think Osimhen's right for us. I did Gyokeres research. The guy looks the bollocks. Not sure out of him and Osimhen. Well, apparently we're not going for Osimhen, but yeah, I don't know what his injury record's like. Again, we haven't. There's no concrete links. This is just kind of tracking him. I don't know how Chelsea are going to sell. Well, Chelsea aren't going to sell Breyer for 50 million. That simply isn't going to happen. So yeah, we don't have to worry about that. Low wages, low fee. Our club loves that. Also young. Yeah. It's kind of it's the new type of Chelsea signing. Chile was so good before injuries. Yeah, I think that player can get back there. Obviously, that time he was playing in a back three. I think a left wing back system definitely suits him a lot better than a flat back four. So yeah, look, I'm sure Chile can get back to near that form. Absolutely, I've got no doubt in my mind. I'm not sure. Again, he's been out on the grass today doing individual training work. So yeah, I think it's getting a bit closer, but I wouldn't expect any more major updates until he's kind of resumed partial team training. Yeah, again, like there's potential for that to happen. Again, not sure whether it will or not, but the potential is there. What do you think we should do with Kepa? Well, he's going to be sold. He'll have a year left on his contract when he comes back. Again, look, I can't comment on this player because I've got no idea how good he is. I've never heard of him. So yeah, it would be wrong of me to say that he's shit because I've never watched him play. But yeah, it's one to keep an eye out on. No, he's not at the moment. Oh, fair. I was going to say I didn't realise. I thought you'd been like, as in like you'd met some or whatever. Yeah, that does make a lot more sense. We're not going to do an earth-shattering signing anytime soon, guys. I think in the summer, not earth-shattering, but there's definitely money to spend. No doubt about it. There is money to spend. I would save Reece James and Nkunku for next season. I tend to agree on that. I don't not like him. I just don't think he's as good as people make him out to be. Look, I'm not gonna, be upset if we sign him, but I just think for the money that's going to be spent, I think there could be better options out there in terms of players that would suit us better. That's all. I don't hate Osimhen. I just don't think he'd be the best option for us, and I just think people make him out to be a lot better than he actually is. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Osimhen's overrated, but I do really. I think he will score goals. I absolutely think he'll score goals for sure. But I'm just not sure if. I just think there could be better options for us. That's the reality of the situation for me. Yeah, I would as well. I'm going to be going on an Ivan Toney scouting mission tomorrow afternoon. Firsthand seeing. Obviously seen him play before, but yeah, I'll be on a scouting mission tomorrow afternoon at the G-Tech to see what Ivan Toney has got about him and what he's going to be doing. But yeah, I agree with Stuart's sentiment. We don't need unproven youth players at this point. We have a mentality problem that what does adding some youth player do to the dynamic? I would agree if it was going to be a first choice player, but if it's going to be a rotation option, I don't think it maybe matters as much. But yeah, obviously we do need some more seasoned pros, as it were. Might be good, but we can't keep on gambling with money. It all adds up. We're wasting a lot. No, I agree on that. I disagree massively on that. Again, Mbappe is not a centre forward like Osimhen is. The only player I'd probably pick over Osimhen is Toney. Yeah, that's been my choice since day one. Since day one, my choice has definitely been Osimhen. No, not Osimhen. Sorry, Ivan Toney. I don't want to spend big money on strikers because I've got this feeling they might flop. Yeah, there's always going to be that feeling. Always going to be that feeling. I don't think it's as simple as that. I think they've made a lot of mistakes. I think the bottom line is they do care about success. You don't buy a football club and you're not bothered if they're successful. I do also believe that they perhaps. I think they want to win, but I also feel that if the club's making money and it's not winning, then they would be equally happy with that. But obviously, if it can win and make money and they can do both, then they'd obviously be happier. Might be good in Serie A, unproven in the Premier League. Yeah, this is the thing. Obviously, you know, whatever striker you go for, unless it's Ivan Toney, then you're going to have the unproven in the Premier League part, whether it's a Gyokeres, whether it's Sesko, whether it's whoever it might be, Osimhen or whatever. You're going to have those. You're going to have those issues. Osimhen has some good press play, and we are playing some. I don't know. I think look, I don't mind him. Regardless of the season we have, I think Poch will stay, and maybe we might see Connor, Chalobah, and Sterling leave. I think it's going to be very, very difficult for Sterling to leave because simply no one is going to pay him that outrageous wages that he's getting here. So unless Sterling's going to go somewhere and take a pay cut, then we are going to be lumbered with him. It's as simple as that. We will be lumbered with him. There's no getting away from it. I can't remember what they have and haven't said, but I would be surprised. I'd be shocked if they had come out and said we don't care about winning. I'm sure that I'm sure those words haven't been said. Next season, do you think we'll see the best of Nkunku? I don't know the answer to that, but I really, really hope that we do. But let's move away from this then. Obviously, so yeah, Archie Brown, again, a possible left-back option for Chelsea next summer, maybe. So yeah, definitely one to keep an eye out on. Let's move away from that and let's discuss the old striker situation, people. Because Fabrizio Romano has stated that Chelsea are not going to be making a move for Victor Gyokeres, which I don't know. Is that a good thing or not? I'm not sure. I mean, I think he means right now. It's maybe not in the plans, but I think maybe in the summer, there's the possibility for that to happen. If things change, I suppose if we don't get our main targets, but. Yeah, look, Gyokeres again is having a very good season. I think he's got 31 goal contributions in 30-something games. Look, he's having a very good season. Look, there's definitely a lot to like about him. My main issue with a potential move for Gyokeres, even though Fabrizio has shut that down, is that I just feel that anyone, I don't mean this to be disrespectful in any way, but anyone can put together one good season. I need to see that on a consistent basis. I would need to see something similar next season. But I also understand that, like, if you sort of don't roll the dice slightly, then it could be a problem. So we'll have to wait and see. Let's bring this up here. So this is what Fabrizio Romano has said on it. He was responding to a fan, actually. So Victor Gyokeres has 31 goals and 10 assists. So he's got 41 GNA in 34 games for Sporting Lisbon since joining from Coventry last summer. Top European clubs were in attendance once again last night in this first leg of the Portuguese Cup semi-final to watch the Swedish striker. And then some Arsenal fans tried to be clever. Chelsea agent Fabrizio literally said 1 month ago that Chelsea are not considering this deal, but Arsenal are. So, yeah, I don't know. Yep, Chelsea have got a pre-season tour again in America, but we sort of knew that was going to happen. It's obviously just it's been fully confirmed now. So if people want to start making travel plans, then they absolutely can. Absolutely, they can. What else have we got going on here? The one thing I like about Osimhen is his pressing. In my opinion, Jackson's not bad. I think he just needs to find his first touch. Yeah, look, Jackson for me, I think is a good all-round player. He just needs to obviously work on his finishing. That is what is absolutely letting him down. Hopefully we can get a win tomorrow. Yep, I hope so as well. If we get a striker, do you think we'll have good chances to challenge for the Champions League spot? I hope so. He's not a centre-back. He's a left-back. I hope not. I really, really hope not. I mean, that sort of thing's kind of gone away right now. I get it, he's injured, but yeah, I hope that's not the plan. 113 million for Osimhen gives thrice. Yeah, but they're different positions, so of course Osimhen's going to give you more end products. I don't have a problem with not going after Gyokeres. I like him, but I think it's the right decision not going after him. Yeah, look, he's got a €100 million release clause. It cost 88. That's £88 million. So yeah, he'd be cheaper than Osimhen. He was good at Coventry last season. Ivan Toney for me. Ivan Toney, I've said it. He'd be my ideal. But yeah, as I was saying on Gyokeres, I think there's talent there. I think there's ability there. I think he's a good striker. But as I said, my main concern is a lack of sample size in the top European league. Look, he's obviously done really well this season for Sporting, but remember, this is just 34 games in Europe. It's a small sample size, and as I said, you get players that can just put a good season together. Only the best can do it on a consistent basis. Now, I wouldn't be asking for like a repeat of this current season, but you'd like something sort of in a similar realm to it. So yeah, look, I think I like him. I think he's a good player, but as I said, my reservations on Gyokeres would be that I personally feel that it would be a gamble to spend £88 million on someone that would potentially be coming to Chelsea off the back of just one good season and only one season playing in Europe, having been playing in the Championship the previous year. So those would be my concerns on him. Otherwise, I think he's got good attributes. Good finisher, good all-round play, and looks a solid striker. So from that perspective, I wouldn't really have that many issues with a move for him. Look, right now it's clear that it appears to be off the table, but that doesn't mean it's always going to be off the table. That it certainly doesn't mean that. So yeah, I'd be interested to see. I'd be interested to see what does happen with that. But yeah, ultimately it's it could be an issue, people. It could be an issue. That's absolutely for sure on that front. Rather we spent one or two elite rather than more. Yeah. Plus, at the moment, I'd say most teams, Jackson and Kunku Palmer and a striker is our best attack. Well, I wouldn't say right now because obviously Nkunku's barely featured this season and he's been nowhere near his best. So I wouldn't say that was best for us. But yeah, like when everyone's fit, you would probably agree that would be the case. But yeah, let's have a quick look at what you're saying. If we don't get a win tomorrow, what will happen to our manager? I don't think anything in the immediate aftermath. Again, you're not going to get Lukaku to go to Sporting Lisbon. I highly doubt we'll ever do a 100 million striker deal after Lukaku, but you never know. No, I think we will. If we want to sign Victor Osimhen, it's going to cost you over 100 million. And that's the reality of the situation. So I feel like we need to stop this gambling on one season gems. Yeah, look, I get it to a degree. Like if you don't slightly, I understand that, as I've said, I would prefer a bigger sample size and maybe to see what he does next season. If he can back it up or do something similar, then yeah, absolutely think, okay, there's a bigger sample size there now. Maybe it's worth pursuing a move. But ultimately, if you're going to spend £88 million on a centre forward, you want a bit more of a guarantee than, he's had one good season. But if you don't take the gamble, then maybe someone else would be prepared to take that gamble. That's always the risk that you're running on that front. Yes, big up, Mike. I hope you're doing well. Gyokeres just shows how far we've fallen, to be honest. I think that's a bit harsh on him. No one in Europe has got more goal contributions than him this season. He's having an exceptional season for us. For Sporting. Do you think we'll get a striker in before pre-season for next season? I don't want to go. Look, I think absolutely. Look, we'll get a striker in before the start of next season. I just got no idea who it's going to be, and all I hope for is that they're in before the start of pre-season. Whoever the striker we go for is just make sure he's medically fit. No, I disagree on that. I think that's doing a disservice to the Portuguese league. It is of a higher standard than the Championship, no doubt about it. And the hit rate from the Portuguese league to the Premier League is generally very good. You look at, off the top of my head, Luis Diaz has come over from the Portuguese league and adapted very well. Enzo Fernandez has come from the Portuguese league and is doing reasonably well. There will be countless others as well that I just can't think of off the top of my head. Ruben Diaz came from Benfica to the Portuguese league, slotted in seamlessly. Portugal to the Portuguese league to the Premier League seems to be a good fit. Players seem to be able to make a good transition, between the two leagues. Where's all our best players like we used to have? Well, it's different now. We're going to have to hope that some of these guys that we've signed are going to develop into some of our best players. But look, that's just my thoughts on Gyokeres. Fabrizio confirming that Chelsea aren't in for him at the moment, but of course, maybe that could change. Yeah, but it wasn't a direct though. It wasn't a direct. He started at Porto, went to Atletico Madrid where he did very well, did well at Monaco as well. Like, it didn't directly come from the Portuguese league to the Premier League. Yes, it didn't really work out for him in the Premier League, but that was at the end of his career. I'm talking about direct moves from Portugal to England. But yeah, that's the latest on Victor Gyokeres, that with Chelsea reportedly not pursuing a deal for him, which is fine. But I'm not sure who else we are planning to get. And then we look at the situation with Victor Osimhen. We had Aurelio De Laurentiis, the Napoli president, speaking yesterday at a finance summit in London. And basically, Napoli will demand the full £113 million release clause in any sale for Osimhen this summer. Osimhen is among the prime candidates being considered by Chelsea. Nizar Cancella's article also adds that... what does it add? So De Laurentiis, Napoli's president, admitted yesterday he cannot stop the Nigerian from leaving. And we know that De Laurentiis is regarded as one of the toughest negotiators in football. And there's no chance he's going to accept a penny less than the full release clause. There's no denying that whatsoever. So if Chelsea want Osimhen, they're going to have to cough up. Nizar adds that Chelsea will find it challenging to spend such a sum, especially if they fail to qualify for Europe for the second consecutive season, and are also targeting a centre-back and left-back. The Premier League's profit and sustainability rules will force Chelsea to tread carefully, but claims they must sell £100 million worth of players by June 30th to avoid PSR have been denied. This is despite registering a post-June 30th loss of more than £200 million in the club's previous accounts from June to June of the 21-22 season, with allowable losses of up to £105 million over a 3-year period to keep within the rules. Player sales should be able to fulfill any shortfall to sign a striker, which is Chelsea's top priority after poor finishing again proved costly in the Carabao Cup final defeat. Paris Saint-Germain and Arsenal could compete for Osimhen's signature. Arsenal are weighing up a variety of attackers as they continue their title charge, but PSG seem fully committed to challenging Chelsea. The French giants see Osimhen as a replacement for Mbappe, who is joining Real Madrid. They want to keep Mbappe, but will save roughly £171 million by getting the highest paid player in Europe off their books. We know PSG have beaten Chelsea to several players in recent seasons, including Achraf Hakimi and Manuel Ugarte. Chelsea have alternative attacking targets, with Brentford's Ivan Toney and Brighton's Evan Ferguson also admired. And as I discussed yesterday, we've got John Obi Mikel and Didier Drogba trying to do some work acting as an agent of Osimhen, trying to convince him to join the club. It was on Wednesday night. Yeah, he scored a hat-trick on Wednesday night. I remember when we had Lukaku, who was our best player. I want to say he was our best player, but no way Osimhen will join a mid-table club. Well, look, I don't think we're going to finish in mid-table, but yeah, I think Osimhen has definitely got, likes Chelsea, would be happy to join, I believe. It just depends whether we can agree a deal. But yeah, he's definitely got the likes of Mikel, who said that, he wants to follow in his footsteps of being a Nigerian playing for Chelsea. He obviously idolizes Didier Drogba. So yeah, I wouldn't give up on this completely. I totally agree. It's going to be very difficult. It's a lot of money to potentially be spending. There's no denying that. I don't Osimhen coming to Chelsea. Maybe not. Second and fourth on the grid. Yeah. Evan Ferguson. I don't know what's happened to Evan Ferguson. Evan Ferguson was really good last season, and now he's having a little bit of a difficult time this season. He's still very, very young. So yeah, look, I think it'd be best for him to stay at Brighton for a few more seasons, in my opinion. I think it's going to be really, really tough, really difficult. The only scenario I'd bring Lukaku back is if we cannot, if he actually wanted to come back and he was willing to apologise to the fans, the players, or whatever, and come back into the fold, and we couldn't get an Osimhen or a Tony, then I think you could do a lot worse than going with Lukaku for a season and trying again the following summer. But those would be the only circumstances that I'd be prepared to consider it. How are you doing? Nervous for Brentford? Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous for Brentford. Our record against Brentford is poor. Really, really poor. I think we've won 1 of the last 5 against them. Yes, big up, brother. This will end either way. PSG bangs the bigger bag. Chelsea will overpay the release clause in favour of getting instalments. I don't know if Napoli would be open to that. I don't know if they want the whole sum of money up front. It remains to be seen. But that is a tactic that Chelsea have employed before. You pay a little bit over the release clause and then you get to structure the payments in more favourable terms for you. I'm not sure how open Napoli may be to that. But ultimately, it's going to come down to the player's preference. We know full well that if it's a money decision, then PSG are going to be able to offer way more money than us. But ultimately, it's down to the player's decision and what he wants to do. And I do believe that Osimhen wants to come to the Premier League. It just maybe it might not be Chelsea. We have to wait and see. I'm Irish. I love Ferguson. Kids under 19 don't want him at Chelsea yet. Yeah, I'm a massive Evan Ferguson fan. I'm a big fan of Evan Ferguson's. But yeah, he's not ready, in my opinion, to come to a big club and to lead the line. He needs to spend a bit more time refining his game and developing as a player himself. Tough game tomorrow, absolutely. I hope Reece James does not go to the Euros. I don't think he will. Again, it depends. It'll be interesting to see whether he does or he doesn't. But yeah, I don't know. It could be interesting. Could be interesting. But yeah, guys, 54 in the building, only 37 likes. Come on, guys, let's get this up to 50 likes minimum. That's always the minimum target on the streams. People should keep smashing the like button. It's free. It takes seconds to do, guys. So yeah, if another 3 of you could hit that like, another 13 of you to smash the like button. There's definitely 13 in here that haven't smashed it. So please do that. It massively, massively helps me out, more than you can imagine. And please subscribe to the channel as well, guys. That would be greatly appreciated. On the road to 9,000 subscribers, we are currently on 8,039. So, guys, if we could get to 8,040, if one more person could subscribe to tick us over to the next little milestone, then I would really appreciate it. Tough game tomorrow, agreed. We've lost out to players to PSG in the past for money reasons, because they've been able to offer more money than us. To be honest, I can't see any PL club paying all up front in these PSR times. Yeah, I would agree on that front for sure. We wouldn't be able to pay it up front. It would have to be an agreement on a structure of payments. Yes, big up, guys, in the chat, and I'm your ears and eyes. And so, what do you? I think Tony will score tomorrow. Yeah, I think nothing's more predictable than Ivan Toney scoring tomorrow. I want us to win, but I hope he scores and has a good game, so that maybe it convinces the powers that be to actually take a move for him seriously. Yeah, hopefully it's a celebration tomorrow night. Let's absolutely hope that's going to be the case. Coming to Chelsea, would that be a drop down from Italy? No, it wouldn't be a drop down from Italy. The Premier League is obviously a much higher standard than Serie A is, in my opinion. PSG on the hunt, yes. Ultimately, there's guaranteed Champions League football there. The French league's not great. It depends what he wants ultimately. Great show, Brian. I'm joining you as a member. No, I appreciate it, mate. I appreciate it. Hit the link in the description, and yeah, you can become a member for $1.99 a month. Big yourself up. PSG win silverware. Yeah, they do, but it depends. What Osimhen wants then in the next step of his career, and that's widely been reported and widely believed to be coming to the Premier League. I'm not saying that guarantees Chelsea. Arsenal could potentially do something. Maybe Man United. We know they're looking for another forward still. So there's no guarantees that it would be Chelsea. But yeah, I think, look, he's clearly the priority target. There's no getting away from that. Victor Osimhen is absolutely the priority target for Chelsea. But look, let's wait and see what happens on this one. If we get striker, where do you play in Nkunku and Cole? Cole Palmer can play off the right and Nkunku in the 10. I don't want another Serie A flop. 113 is way too much. I wouldn't. It's not a Serie A flop. Absolutely not. But 113 million pounds, yeah, is a lot of money. But ultimately, if you want a top striker, unfortunately, you do have to pay the top money. There's no denying it. You have to pay the top money. Unfortunately, there's no getting away from it. The top money must be paid. And look, obviously the likes of a Tony are going to cost a bit less, maybe an 80 million pounds. Obviously Sesko is less. I think he's got 43 million pound release clause. There are obviously cheaper options out there, but if you're going to go for the perceived best option on the market, then you unfortunately it's going to cost you money. It's going to cost a lot. Most top quality sportsmen want to challenge themselves in the best place. Absolutely, and the Premier League is still widely regarded as the best league. So yeah, like any player worth their salt will want to test themselves in the Premier League. There's no denying it. Absolutely no denying that whatsoever. So let's wait and see. Let's wait and see what happens. Let's see what happens on that front, because it could be interesting, people. It absolutely could be interesting. It's going to be one to watch. It's going to be one that rumbles on all summer. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Very, very interesting what happens. What happens with him? But yeah, let's move away. Let's move away from that. Stop screen sharing on that one. What else we got going on here? Yes, big up to Richard Moneymakers, who's become a new channel member. Appreciate that, bro. Big yourself up. Guys, if you want to become a member of the channel, hit the link in the description. Costs $1.99 per month to support myself and the channel. Once we get a few more members, maybe up to 10, 12 members, I'll start doing member-only shows as well. So, guys, if you want to become a channel member, hit the link in the description. And you can join for £1.9 for just $1.99 a month to help support myself and the channel. And the more members we get, I'll start doing member-only shows and things like that. Not to begin with, but if we were to lose, then yeah, absolutely. I can't see PSG buying Osimhen. They did spend more than 90 million on Kolo Muani. They've also got Gonzalo Ramos, but apparently they've got doubts over him. And they'll have despite not getting a fee for Kylian Mbappe, they will have a lot of money to spend because of how much money they're saving on his wages. If we don't get either Tony and Osimhen, what about Martinez from Inter? Look, Martinez having a very good season again. He's a good player. He's very close to signing a new contract at Inter. So, yeah, I don't see that happening. If you're a top footballer in the Premier League, you want to play for Man City or Liverpool? Yeah, but obviously, they're not in the market for a striker. And look, despite where we are now, Chelsea will win trophies. Can we talk about, we've got Ruben Amorim's got a 30 million release clause. No, Ramos is a loan with an obligation to buy. So basically, like to get round FFP, instead of doing it a permanent transfer that summer, it was done in a as a loan, and then they'll become permanent this coming summer. But let's look towards the game against Brentford tomorrow then. It's 11th versus 16th at the G-Tech Stadium. And as I was saying, last 6 games versus Brentford, as I was saying, our record is poor. So obviously we like in the 2021-22 season, we obviously beat them twice away from home. But then, since then, in the last 4, we haven't won. Lost 4-1 under Thomas Tuchel. We had the 0-0 away at Brentford last season. And then at home, we've lost the last 2 back-to-back 2-0 defeats. So that's mad that we've literally only won. We've won what? One of our last 4 meetings in the Premier League against Brentford. And we're winless in the last 3 against them and haven't even scored. We've not even scored against Brentford in our last 3 meetings with them. That's mad. That is absolutely mad. I didn't realise that the severity of our record against Brentford was quite that bad. That's that really is quite something. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that, because that's absolutely shocking. That is a shocking record. There's no getting away from that. Look, we haven't lost at their stadium, true, but maybe it's going to be better. Maybe it's going to be better for us there. I don't know. I don't know who Stefan Borson is, but yeah. We will win trophies again, and a quality striker will see that if he backs himself too. Chelsea fans not exactly known for their patience. No, and this is another problem. We're slight tangent here. Is that too many people in this fan base don't understand how to support a club. They don't understand that support means supporting when in the bad times and the good times. You can be critical by all means, but support needs to take place in the good and the bad times. If you can only support a team when they're doing well, don't bother supporting. Would be my thing. There's too many spoilt people in the fan base that we've had it all right. We've won everything in the last 20 years. Football's cyclical. Teams will go through cycles. This is not our time right now. But believe me, our time will come again. And when it does come again, it will be all the sweeter having gone through the pain that we're going through. We lost. Yeah, true. Brentford style makes them most anti-Chelsea team. Yeah, it is that the style is difficult. It is difficult. We do struggle against Brentford. I don't know why. If we get a striker, I hope we can get 18 goals. Well, let's get a striker first before thinking about goal tallies. Yeah, I can't wait. It seems obvious that he's gonna suddenly reappear in the lineup, which we just don't want that. We just absolutely do not want that to be happening. But no, there's no guarantee. But I believe that we will, because I think we're too big an institution. We've got too many quality players to not get back to the top and win trophies again. Of course, there's no guarantees that any team will win trophies unless it's Man City or Liverpool to a degree now. But yeah, I get your point. How can you support something that's on? Look, I absolutely agree that things aren't great at the club right now, but you have to stick with it. That's why I keep going, because I go because I want to support the team. Like, a lot of fans have given up going right now, and that's absolutely their choice. But I'll always be there when I can be to support the team, because I want this team to do well. I want this team to do well. I want this club to be successful. I want this manager to be successful, because if he's successful, it means that Chelsea are going to be successful, and that's ultimately what all of us want. Yeah, I hope he's not either. Absolutely agree on that as well. Yeah, they have, and I include myself in that. So obviously, it's a major shake-up, and it's massively different to what people are used to. Of course, it is. It's majorly different. There's no getting away from that, guys. 50 people in the building, only 48 likes. Let's get another couple of likes on the stream. Let's get it up to the 50 likes mark. That would be greatly appreciated. We can definitely get there, people. So make sure you're doing that. Would you play Mudryk in number 10 tomorrow? I probably play him wide, because I know that Gallagher's going to start. So there's no point even discussing playing Mudryk in the 10. Yes, big up, brother. Let's hope Chelsea get a win against Brentford. We've only won one. Yeah, not great. But yeah, I was really, really surprised that that our record against Brentford was so poor. Not even scored against them in the last three. Which is that doesn't make good reading at all. Really, really doesn't make good reading. But moving away from that, let's get into the team news. Let's get into the team news for tomorrow. So injuries aren't that different, really. Obviously, Thiago Silva and Marc Correa are now off the injury list, which is good news. Good news. This is the injury list here. It's whittled down to just 6 names now, which is quite something for us. But 6 really, well, definitely 2, 4, 7, 6 players that I would arguably say are starters in Nkunku, Badiashile, Fofana, James, Lavia, or they're certainly key first team squad members. Yes, we've got Nkunku, Badiashile, Chukwuemeka, Fofana, James, Lavia, and Ugochukwu out. As I said, Thiago Silva and Marc Correa are now off the injury list. And Mauricio Pochettino said there is potential for Silva and Cucurella to be involved tomorrow. So we'll wait and see what happens when the team sheet comes out at 2 p.m. We will wait and see what happens on that front, guys. But yeah, that's a positive that more players are coming back. We know that James and Fofana are long term. Lavia, fuck knows what that's going to be. So yeah, good to see that the names are whittling down. Yeah, that injury for Cucurella came at a bad time because he was in the side and he was playing well. Chilwell was out injured, and he gets injured, and now he's going to have to try and get back in the side, get more opportunities again, and then he's going to have to absolutely make the most of them. But yeah, that's the latest on the injury news front there. Obviously, Pochettino was questioned further on what is the issue with Christopher Nkunku, and he expanded, saying that I think he suffered a hamstring problem. We'll see. In a few weeks, he can be available. We'll see if in a few weeks he can be available. He's been doing recovery from Sunday. He's a little bit unlucky. He was so good in pre-season, but it's been a difficult season for him. So we've had knee, hip, and now hamstring for Nkunku. I hope this isn't a sign of things to come, and it's just down to one of those dreadful seasons. Because that isn't great reading. If we're being brutally honest, that isn't good reading at all on that front in terms of Nkunku. I was so excited by him. He was doing really well in preseason. He came back initially from that injury and scored a couple of goals in that, and then obviously got re-injured with the hip problem. And then from then on in, he's just not looked sharp in games at all. He's definitely been struggling to make an impact. And that's basically where we're at with Nkunku now, a hamstring issue, which is really annoying. I think he could be back before then. Again, there's not really been much light shed on what the issue is. That for me is a problem in itself. I don't think it's anywhere near as severe as Reese's hamstring problem. I've got no idea what the extent of the hamstring problem is, but yeah, I don't think it's that bad. Yeah, Lavia reportedly might be back towards the end of this month. We'll have to wait and see on that front. But yeah, that's the latest on Christopher Nkunku, guys. And yeah, I just think we're going to have to, realistically, we just need to forget about Nkunku this season. Simple as that. Just forget about him. We're going to miss him in terms of him being an option, but I don't think we're going to miss him in terms of like what he offers to the team, because he's not made any impact. That's just the reality of the situation. if you guys don't like the video, try to go, yeah, guys, keep running the likes up on the video. How many likes are we on right now? We're on 52. Let's get this to 60 people. Come on, run the likes up. Let's get it to 60 likes as quickly as possible, guys. The Nkunku hype was just pure ignorance from the casuals making out he was going to score goals for fun. Look, I think if he'd been fit the whole season, I think he would have done very well for us. But yeah, it's not to have been this season, and yeah, we're going to have to wait for the best of him next season. That's the reality. Daniel Finkelstein's a very nice guy. He is a very nice guy. I've met him on 2 occasions and had good chats with him. What was that there are members concerned? Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I would not risk Nkunku this season because it's almost over. Agreed. Like or get treated by the Chelsea medical staff. Yeah, I mean, you probably don't want that. Let's have a look what else has been said in regards to the game. Pochettino himself has obviously confirmed that he's already made his decision about who's starting in goal, and the goalkeepers know. The fact that he wasn't prepared to say who it was does concern me a little bit, because it just makes me worry that it's going to be Sanchez in goal, and I don't really want that to be the case. I really don't want that to be the case. So let's really hope that it isn't. Let's really hope that isn't the case. I hope it's not. But the fact that the fact that he wasn't prepared to say who was going to be in goal, that does worry me a little bit. But I hope he's not not stupid enough to actually stick him in goal. I really hope that's not the case, because that would just be. It would just be so stupid. It really would. It would just be heaping even more pressure on himself than we should be. Oh yeah, before I get back to the game, guys, I just wanted to quickly cover this news that Chelsea are set to recruit specialist coaches to work in a new dedicated set-piece department, despite head coach Pochettino dismissing the idea only a month ago. And then Jacob Steinberg has added that Chelsea are aiming to become as efficient as Brentford at set pieces are. As efficient as Brentford are at set pieces, and are expected to appoint 1 to 2 specialists to work in a new set piece department. Look, for me, it's absolutely clear that we need to work on set pieces. The amount of goals that we concede from set pieces is atrocious. We've not had a specialist set piece coach since Anthony Barry left us and went to join Thomas Tuchel at Bayern Munich. It's clear that the current coaching staff aren't getting the best out of us from set pieces. Way too many goals are being conceded. We look like conceding from a set piece virtually every set piece that we concede. It's a major worry, and yeah, it's absolutely something that needs to be addressed as quickly as possible. So the fact that there was Matt Law added in his article that there'd been a club-wide review last summer, and they're going to set up a new dedicated set piece department. It's not just for the first team; it's going to be focused club-wide, and yeah. There'll be specialist set piece coaches coming in. Again, we know how close Pochettino is with his trusted coaching staff. So I don't know how closely the set piece coach, any potential set piece coach or coaches, would be working with him. But yeah, let's wait and see. But it's definitely something that's well overdue. Well overdue. Because as I said, we're not looking great at attacking set pieces. And then we're looking even worse when defending them, with the Carabao Cup final being a prime example. Even just balls into the box. We were given the warning on Sunday, with the disallowed Van Dijk goal, and then we just do exactly the same thing. We just allow a free header again. So, yeah, the set piece department, that's a good thing that it's been set up. It's clearly been a long time coming. And, yeah, hopefully like over the next few months, we'll see the fruits of our labour on that one, and we will start to improve from set pieces. Arsenal recently appointed a set piece coach from Manchester City. Forest recently appointed their first ever set piece coach. Arsenal are scoring so many goals from set plays at the moment. So yeah, I think this can only be a good thing. And the sooner this gets sorted out, the better, because we really need to start improving from set pieces, both in an attacking basis and a defensive basis as well. Guys, 66 in the building, only 57 likes. Let's get this up to 60 likes ASAP. There's definitely 3 of you in here that haven't smashed that like button. So please make sure that you are doing that, guys. There's no excuses not to be getting that done. So make sure you are doing that. And please subscribe if you are new around here as well. On the road to 9,000 subscribers, every new subscriber really helps. Just 1 subscriber away from 8,040, the next little mini milestone. So guys, there's definitely one of you in here that's not pressed that subscribe button. So please do hit the subscribe button, guys, and let's get to that little landmark, because it would mean a lot to me, people. Yeah, I mean, you don't need to be told that. You could see it clear as day. Absolutely see it clear as day. We look really nervous. Should not coaching staff work on set pieces? Well, yeah, I think they do. But obviously, now set pieces have become so big in football. There are specialist coaches. And with so much other stuff to focus on, I think, specialist set piece coaches would absolutely not be a bad thing at all. Any news on Gyokeres? No, Milos Gyokeres, the Bournemouth fullback. Chelsea, Man United have sent scouts to watch him. Whether that's going to materialise into a potential summer move, obviously remains to be seen. I've got no idea on that front. Clearly, things badly need to stabilise at our club. Yep, they absolutely do. We need a set piece coach. We are terrible at set pieces. We always concede from corners. And yeah, I absolutely agree on that. So yeah, hopefully that's going to start to come to fruition. We've already sounded out potential candidates for the role. So yeah, hopefully they'll be appointed soon and we can get cracking with that and see an improvement in both attacking and defending set pieces. Whilst I was on goalkeepers, people, best save, like talking of Petrovic, he ranks in the top 3 for best save success rates in the Premier League this season, based off facing 50+ shots. Alisson tops it at 79.5%, Nick Pope at 75.5%, but then we got Petrovic at 72.5%. So yeah, there's a good little thing there. And yeah, he's done really well since he's come in. Really well. There's no denying it. So yeah, tomorrow, if I see Robert Sanchez on the team sheet at 2 p.m, I am going to be absolutely raging on that front. Absolutely raging. I will not be happy about it at all. I really won't be happy about it at all. But yeah, let's wait and see what does happen on the front with the goalkeepers. But yeah, good to see Petrovic up there and making an impact, because yeah, I mean, we've had to wait a long time to see him. So let's hope it continues for the remainder of the season. He absolutely is the Chelsea #1 right now, I think, in pretty much every Chelsea fan's eyes. I don't think anyone sees Robert Sanchez as the #1. I don't see how they possibly could. Owners were fuming about having set-piece goals scored against us in the League Cup final. Yeah, you could certainly argue that, absolutely. Should Chelsea get a new goalkeeper? I don't think it's a necessity right now. I think Petrovic is good. I don't think there's any plans in the summer for that to happen. We've signed a lot of goalkeepers recently, so yeah, I don't think that's the plan. But I think maybe in a year or two, if we're looking to genuinely win the Premier League title, then we might need another one. I think he will. Poch don't pick the team again. I don't buy into this theory that the manager isn't picking the team. I don't believe that to be the case. Yep, guys, keep liking the video. I don't know the answer to that. I don't know the answer to that. But yeah, maybe they think too expensive. Maybe not entirely convinced. Maybe he's not the first choice. So I don't know. A striker and replace Sterling, and we're laughing. Yeah, I agree. That would be a very good start to proceedings. There's absolutely no denying that. That would be a very, very good start to proceedings. I'm almost certain on that. But yeah, guys, let's dive into the lineup for tomorrow then. Again, this is not what the actual lineup's going to be. I haven't got advanced team news the day before the game. This is what I would like to see personally. As always, guys, get your thoughts in the chat on who you would like to see playing where and why. And yeah, keep smashing that like button, guys. 66 likes, 72 in the building. We can get this up to 70 likes, guys. 4 more if you need to smash that like button. It's free. It takes seconds. And guys, there's no excuses not to do it. Looking to buy nobodies. Hire another non-elite manager. Jesus, at this point, it's hard to keep demanding high standards. No, I hear you on that. Right, let's do this then. So, having just discussed Petrovic, it's obvious that he is back in goal. I would then obviously there's only one choice at right back. It's going to be Malagusto. And then I think for me, it makes sense. I know Disasi didn't have a great game Wednesday night, but I think it makes sense to stick with him and then partner him with Levi Colwell, who was on the bench. Yes, I know Trevor Chalobah did well. He did do well, but he's not going to keep Colwell out the team or Disasi out the team, in my opinion. I could be wrong on that, though. And it's been great to see Trev back in a Chelsea shirt again, completing his first full 90 minutes since pre-season. So, yeah, look, he's got an outside chance, but I think for me personally, I'd be going with Disasi and Colwell, and I can't really see Pochettino doing anything different. Yes, Thiago Silva's back in contention, but I'm not sure that I'd throw him back in for this game straight off the bat. And I think that we should be sticking with the Disasi and Colwell partnership for the majority of the remainder of the season. So I'd go Gusto, Disasi, Colwell, and then Chilwell will start for sure, having not started in the Cup in the week. I can't see a situation where Chilwell doesn't start at left back. So I'd be going with the same back five that we had in the Cup final, basically. That would be what I would be going with. In midfield, again, like it's going to end up being Enzo and Caicedo. My main worry here, guys, is that we're just playing these guys into the ground. We're just burning them out. Maybe it's worth resting one of them potentially. I mean, I don't know who would be rested out of the two. I know obviously Enzo's missing the Leicester game through suspension. But then again, after this game, we then got what, a whole 7 days until our next games. We don't play until the following Monday against Newcastle on the 9th. So yeah, I would stick with these two. I mean, you could look at resting one of them and play Gallagher in the pivot, and you could play Mudryk in the 10. But I would probably persist with Enzo and Caicedo. Maybe, but I can't see that happening. I would still stick with Enzo and Caicedo. And then in the forward line, I would go Cole Palmer on the right-hand side. And Palmer's actually, he won the Young Footballer of the Year at the London Football Awards last night. And then he's been speaking about Mauricio Pochettino as well, saying that Pochettino's given me the freedom to play my stuff. And I like it when he frees you because I feel I can express my stuff more. I'm loving it. He's good at making you feel good and trying to get the best out of you. He's certainly, you can criticize Poch for a lot of things, but he is certainly getting the best out of Cole Palmer, and it's good to see him being recognised for his talents at the London Football Awards last night. And obviously, he was full of praise for the manager as well, and he will start on that right hand side. No doubt about it. He started on the bench on Wednesday. Apparently, he was unwell, which is why he was on the bench. For me, I'd go Palmer. Look, whether people want to play Conor Gallagher or not, it's obviously going to be Conor Gallagher. We know that. Came off the bench on Wednesday, scored a really important goal for us in the last minute to send us through, and he's going to play. And then for me, left-hand side, Mykhailo Mudryk, I will be absolutely raging if Sterling starts. Mudryk was voted the Chelsea man of the match on Wednesday night. He had a good game, a decent performance. First start of the year, I believe. And, you can't then just suddenly drop him for the next game and keep Sterling in, who was absolutely dreadful against Leeds. Yes, I know he got an assist, but he was shocking. So, yeah, I really don't understand why he would even consider starting Sterling. But my major concern is that Mudryk won't be starting tomorrow, and he deserves the opportunity to start tomorrow based on his performance against Leeds. There's no denying it. No denying it. Jackson won't be sold in the summer. Look, I think Gyokeres is definitely one that's being looked at for sure. Predicted lineup. He's gone predicted lineup. Petrovic, Chilwell, Colwell, Silva, Gusto, Enzo, Gallagher, Palmer, Mudryk, Jackson, Sterling. I hope that's not the case, but you never know. Start Palmer, Mudryk, Madueke. You could do that. I'd rather Sesko and Nico Williams for what Osimhen would cost. Maybe. Yeah, no, he is right now. There's absolutely no denying that Conor Gallagher right now is one of our best players. There's no escaping that fact. Absolutely zero escaping that fact. He is one of our best players. There's no denying it. Absolutely no denying it. Yeah, Chelsea are looking to sell Gyokeres in the summer. Whether we will or not remains to be seen. What sort of offers we might get remains to be seen. I don't know if I'll riot, but I will be fuming. I will be raging. I don't see that. I personally don't see that happening. That's a problem in itself. Some positions he does, other positions he doesn't, which is hard to take him seriously as a manager sometimes because of those things. Can we sell Sterling in the summer? I'm sick of him. I hope we can as well. I don't think Jackson's a disaster as a centre forward. Sterling is an absolute disaster wherever he is on the pitch. Wherever Raheem Sterling is on the pitch, he's an absolute disaster. Guys, 79 in the building, 70 likes. Let's try and get this as close to 80 likes as we possibly can, people. That would be massively appreciated. Massively appreciated. So please do that. And then obviously for me, because Gyokeres hasn't got that in his locker, that's why we can't be experimenting with things like that in a difficult Premier League away game, which is essentially must win for us. And then up top go Nicholas Jackson. He's made it to double figures for goals for the season, 10 goals in all comps. I actually don't think that's that bad for a first season for a young raw player and his third season in senior football. I think that's pretty good. If I don't say so myself, I think that's pretty good. No denying that it's pretty good whatsoever. Because they work on it. Pep plays because they work on it, and they're far more experienced players. Akanji was already a regular Swiss international, regular at Dortmund playing Champions League football. compared to someone out the academy. Like it's not the same thing. Plus, we're not in a position to be taking risks like that and trying those sorts of experiments. So that is the team that I would go with tomorrow. I'd be surprised if it was vastly different what Poch goes with. The only two things I'm concerned about is that he'll play Sterling instead of Mudryk and that Robert Sanchez will end up starting in goal. Those are two things that do absolutely worry me. There's two things that I really hope don't happen. But there are also two things that are, unfortunately, two things that are more than likely to happen. That's the reality, people. That is the reality. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. But that team should be, I mean, it should be more than enough to fucking, beat a Brentford side who are 16th in the table. Their form is absolutely horrendous. Let me see if I can find Brentford's form. Brentford's form, because I think they've lost like 11 of their last 12 games or something. So this is Brentford's form. So that's the team. Yeah, but we're not in the 2010s anymore, mate. We're long past that. Sterling needs to suck his arse in when he runs down blind alleys. Do you think City will thrash United on Sunday? I don't know if it'll be a thrashing, but yeah, I expect they'll win. I'd be surprised if they didn't win. Let's put it that way. Stone needs to suck. I've done that. I hope Man City get a win against United. So do I. In the summer, Todd should fix everything. 2 centre backs. We don't need 2 centre backs. We definitely don't need 2. Potentially for sure. Chelsea FC, Charity FC turn up tomorrow. We'll probably lose. Sterling won't go to Saudi. If Poch gets sacked, Gallagher might be sold. Maybe. Although he's like, even if Poch stays, I think there's still a possibility he could end up being sold. Imagine if Pochettino picks Sanchez and he makes an error costing us 3 points. Yeah, that is absolutely not what you want. Absolutely not what you want at all. You really, really don't want that to be the case because that would be a disaster. Wait until we play poor in the second half tomorrow. Yeah, I hope not. But that is the team that I would go with, guys. I'm just going to bring up Brentford's form because it is dire heading into this game, which sort of only means one thing. So so going back to the end of last year. So basically, how many games is that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So that's 2 wins in their last 10 games with 1, 2, 3, 4, with 7 losses. So they've had 7 losses in their last 10. I mean, that form is dire. They've lost their last 3 in a row. Yeah, they're not in good form whatsoever. But Chelsea coming to town, we could well see a situation where suddenly Charity FC turns up. Ivan Toney probably bags a couple of goals, and we go down with a limp 1 or 2-0 defeat, which, would be, it would just be dreadful. It would be absolutely dreadful. We really cannot afford on any level to lose this game. We really can't. We desperately need the win. Desperately need to win this game. Guys, we're 5 likes away from 80 likes. Keep running the likes up. 64 in the building. Let's get 5 more likes before I round the stream out in the next few minutes. We can definitely do that. But yeah, that's Brentford's recent form. 2 wins in their last 10. Dreadful, but Chelsea coming to town tomorrow afternoon. Let's see what happens. But guys, what are you saying for your score predictions? I want to hear your score predictions for tomorrow. I'm going with I'm not. It's going to be tough. I think we will win. I'm going to go for a narrow. I'm going to go for a narrow 2-1 win. That is going to be my my thoughts. I'm going to go for a narrow 2-1 win. I think we'll just about get by with it. I think we will go a goal down, but I think we'll somehow manage to claw our way back. And I'm going to go with a 2-1 win. A 2-1 win for me, just. But equally, I wouldn't be surprised if it was a draw or we lost. But I think we can just about get the job done. I don't know if we're disregarding completely, but as it stands, a deal for him, according to Fabrizio Romano, is not on the table. We've got 1-1, 2-0, 2-0 Brentford, fair. 2-1 Chelsea, 2-1 Chelsea. Our record against Brentford's awful, going for a 1-1, 2-1, 3-1, draw all day long, 1-1. Yeah, we've been Charity FC for a number of years. We've won 3-1 win. Brentford 1-0, another game where Jackson can't finish his dinner. Fair. Gone for a 2-1 loss. If we win, then United lose to City. We're only 6 points behind them with a game in hand. Yeah, this is what I mean. Like, we've had so many opportunities to potentially close the gap on the top 6, and we keep fluffing them. You know, other teams are dropping points around us that we need to drop points, and then we've not been able to put. And then when we're in a position to take advantage, we simply have been unable to take advantage, which is frustrating to say the least. Really, really frustrating. Lost to a set piece. I hope not. I really, really hope not. Because it would be absolutely shambolic if we were to lose to a set piece. That is what you 100% do not want to do. You do not want to lose to a set piece. So yeah, definitely don't do that. But yeah, what else have we got going on, guys? As soon as we start Tuchel and replace him with fair. Can we trust Mudryk out wide? I think we can. And he deserves an opportunity to prove that he can be trusted because he put in a good display in the week. So yeah, you should. If you play well, you should keep your place. Simple as that. Yeah, Ben Mee's out as well. Brentford had their entire back four out for the game, according to their manager. There's no excuse. I agree. We go in front and can't put the game away too often. Yeah, that's the problem in itself. Like, when we're in the ascendancy, we don't kill games off. We don't kill teams off. And we absolutely do need to do that. Guys, 4 more likes to hit 80. Let's get it done, people. 80 likes, the target. 4 more. There's 67 in the building. We can easily get this done. Easily get it done. So let's knock these final 4 likes off. And guys, please, if you're new around here, subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. We're looking to hit 9,000 subscribers as quickly as possible. So yeah, anyone who's in here now who isn't subscribed, please do subscribe. It would mean a lot. But yeah, what else have we got going on, guys? What else have we got going on here? Yeah, I agree. Gallagher absolutely deserves a contract. Yeah, if you say so. I think Tony will score tomorrow. I agree. We have 4 tough games. The rest we can win. Yeah, I mean, this is the start of a difficult run. Next 3 in the Premier League are Brentford, Brentford, Newcastle, and Arsenal. The Arsenal game is going to be rearranged though, because we've got Leicester in the FA Cup quarter-final that weekend instead. But yeah, this is a make or break run coming up. 2-1 win, 2-1 Chelsea. For once, I'm thinking we win. Fair. What about 10k at the end of the season? Well, that would be amazing, but I think it's probably more realistic to start next season with 10k rather than ending this season at 10k. But let's wait and see. Hopefully we can. Hopefully we can. But yeah, that is the plan. So yeah, subscribe, like, all that good stuff, people. I'm gonna have one quick look if there's anything else that's come through in the last few minutes or so in regards to any news whatsoever. Let's have a look. No, I don't think there is, guys. I don't think there is. Yeah, we'll play Arsenal in April or May. April or May, that'll be rearranged too. As all the Spurs games also been rearranged, will have to be rearranged as well because of the Carabao Cup final. So we still got Arsenal and Spurs to play probably towards the end of the season, April, May. We still got some tricky games coming up. There's no denying that. There's no escaping that fact. There are tough games coming up, tough games coming our way. All we can do is do our best. But yeah, I think the FA Cup is definitely the main priority this season. I'm not saying the league doesn't matter. It absolutely does. But yeah, the FA Cup is 100% the main priority. It simply has to be, because that's 3 games from Europa League football compared to the league where we've got, 13 games left or whatever it is. It's easier to win 3 games than it is than to pick up the required points from 13 games. So yeah, FA Cup's got to be the priority. It's definitely our main. It's definitely the easiest way for us to play Europe next season. So we got to go all in on that. Yes, big up, big up, big up. But yeah, guys, I don't think there's anything else to go through. So if Chelsea don't win the FA Cup, or if we don't qualify for Europe, yeah, I think there'd be a parting of the ways at the end of the season if that were to be the case. But yeah, guys, I'm going to round this one out. Big up to everyone for tuning in. It's been greatly appreciated on Friday night. Big yourselves up. I know people are doing things on a Friday night, so appreciate each and every single one of you tuning in. Make sure on the way out, guys, you're smashing the likes. Let's get it up to 80. Subscribe if you're new around here as well. Run the likes up. Subscribe on your way out. Guys, I'll be back tomorrow. There'll be a match reaction or a match vlog from Brentford, one of the two. So make sure you stay tuned for that in the evening. Enjoy the rest of your Friday evening, guys. Let's hope for a positive performance from Chelsea tomorrow at Brentford. Love for the support. Big yourselves up the Chelsea, and peace out, people.